Good afternoon. I'm going to get this meeting started. If you're able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Can we get the roll call, please?
Councilmember Ellenboss.
Here.
Hopkins.
Yeah, here.
Ingalls. Branch. Mayor Shippers.
Here. Okay. Need a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to, mayor requests, I'll make a motion to accept the agenda as presented.
Second.
Councilmember Hopkins.
Yes.
Ingalls. Branch. Ellenboss.
Yes.
Mayor Shippers.
Yes. Motion carries. Okay, public comments. This is your time to comment about anything. You have 3 minutes. Please state if you are a resident of the city or if not, where you are a resident of, city proper. And we'll all treat each other like neighbors and be cordial and kind. And I'll keep track of your time when I do this. Your time's up. Okay, so I'm opening public comments. Anyone have anything they'd like to offer? Seeing no one.
This is me.
Oh, okay, okay.
I just had to find I made it. Wrong, don't know my phone number. Carol Wolfgram, live on Kentucky. I'm a resident of Cadillac, have been for 2.5 years now. Well, I was previously, but not here. So this is just about my concerns about, I live right across the street from where the project is going in. So I now see that it's duplexes instead of condos, which it was at the last meeting. And I'm hoping, other than what I know of the difference between condos and duplexes, somebody can explain it to us tonight, because I am under the impression that a deed is sold to a condo and a duplex is sold to a condo also, but you have 2 units. So it means one's probably going to be a rental, or they can both be rentals. That's my understanding of it. I was surprised that it was been a brownfield plan, and I don't know if it was a brownfield plan all along. If it was, I think it would have been really considerate of everybody to tell us that there had been changes in brownfield plans, because probably a lot of people here don't know that the brownfield plan was changed in '23. I'm sorry that this had to be pushed through. It's 4 o'clock on a Friday, homecoming, football game, people working, and poor attendance, and I think it's unfortunate. So my concerns are, if the duplexes are sold and they're rentals under a brownfield plan, I do believe that's income qualified. Are these going to be short or long-term rentals? And will there be management that will be maintaining them as they would as if they were a condo? Nobody has yet addressed what they're going to do with the road. I certainly hope it's not going to be after it's all done and then we find out that they're going to be slapping us with a big bill. Let me see what else I have here. Those are my big things. Oh, the road speed limits are my other concern. It's dirt. In the summer, it's like a tornado going through there with dust flying. We have huge, huge holes. Now, I must say the city does come through and maintain the road probably every 2 weeks. They even do it in the rain, which is surprising. But they don't fill the holes in. All they do is they scrape it, they go through, and the problem at my corner is the city bus backs up. They don't want to go down the road, or they don't want to pull in a driveway, so they just back up, back up, back up. And they hit that corner of our property, and that hole gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. We have people that will verify 40, 50, 60 miles an hour is not unusual.
Excuse me a sec, that's 3 minutes, but you know, during the hearing, you can have 5 minutes. So you could get back up and say the rest of your
Okay.
piece
Okay.
during the hearing.
Thank you.
You bet. Anybody else? Okay, I'm gonna close public comments and move to the consent agenda.
I'd make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Councilmember Ingalls, French, Ellenboss.
Yes.
Hopkins.
Yes.
Mayor Shippers.
Yes, motion carries. Okay, now we have the public hearing.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council. We do have a public hearing this afternoon on a proposed brownfield plan for the Copper Trail duplexes. This is something that has been recommended by the Brownfield Authority regarding the duplex project. It is a total of 18 units composed of 9 different structures. You will get more details by the presentation from our Brownfield consultant, Mac McClellan, who's here with us today. Also representative today is the owner of the property and their consultant. Just some additional background information. This available lot or area, rather, was a part originally of the build-out of the Edgewood condominium complex. As a part of that project, there was, I believe, already delineation of wet fields, already site plan approval, and essentially the original condominium complex never went through with their final phase of construction, and all of that information got shelved for many years. It has come back, I think, at least on 2 different occasions, maybe more, and in different iterations. As we had a member of the public commenting, the last time it was a condo project, which frankly would have been a lot denser and was of some good concern to the neighborhood about increased traffic and other issues. The developer has essentially rethought that concept and has now moved forward with a duplex concept. This is the first time that the brownfield plan, to my recollection, is being presented for council consideration now that there's actually the plan to move ahead with the project as it is. And so I'm going to stop talking, invite Mac McClellan to come up and give the slideshow, unless you wanted Rob to come up first, or no?
No, I'll just
Oh,
do it,
okay.
and then they can
Okay.
comment if they wish.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, this should probably answer some of the questions too. So,
Good afternoon.
good
We're here to talk about the Copper Trail duplexes brownfield plan. I will just run through, maybe.
Is it on? Side button, slide it up.
Off and on. What a concept.
And then the
When
computer.
in doubt, go with power. When in doubt, go with power.
Yeah,
Unplug and unplug.
yeah.
So. Yeah, as you know, there have been a couple of projects that have come to the council regarding workforce housing, expansion of workforce housing for brownfield opportunities. And in this case, this really provides reimbursement for the infrastructure on the project can be captured by the increased revenues that are generated by the investment and then would repay that infrastructure. As noted, the development will construct 9 duplexes with 18 units for sale. Is the concept. And again, because most, if not all of these will be primary residences, They won't be paying the school operating tax, which is 18 mills. The balance would be state education tax, which is 6 mills, but the state says we got to give 3 of them back to them. And so there's really not much value with that state capture. So this is a local only. We'll only be capturing local only taxes for this because most, if not all of these, will be primary residences or homesteads for the folks. The concept is for sale properties. And as you know, brownfield plan approval by the Brownfield Authority and the City Council is required after the public hearing. Just kind of a quick refresher there. Again, that these are the increased taxes generated by the investment on the property are captured and used to reimburse those approved eligible activities over time. And again, we have about $900,000 worth of eligible activities within that will be reimbursed over the time period in the project. Taxes are only captured on that eligible property. There's no impact to any other properties, and they're only captured. The developer would write the check as they would based on the value and based on, or the owners in this case would provide the dollars based on the value and the millage rates, and then those taxes are captured and then reimbursed back to cover the infrastructure costs there. Capture is only limited to the amount spent on those brownfield eligible activities. So the plan estimates 22 years, kind of depending on inflation factors, maybe shorter than that as well, that would be reimbursed based on that. Debt millages are exempt from capture, so the CAPS debt millage would not be captured and would go directly, the schools would realize the value of that debt capture. Again, the project is located at 301 Kentucky Avenue. I think you all kind of know the location, south on Kentucky Avenue, south of Michigan there. Again, 9 duplexes with 18 units for sale with prices at or below the 120 area median income values. So they will be targeted in that price range. This is the concept site plan at this point with those units, probably done in a couple of phases there as well. And at least 9 of those units will be sold to qualified households. You know, there's 2 distinctions. One is what the value of the property is, rents or purchase price, and then qualified households. So at least half of those will have to be required to go to folks with incomes at 120 AMI or less. In addition, I'll just say there's a prohibition against any short-term rentals on these projects, so they cannot be used for short-term rentals. The investment is about $3.6 million. The project also received a $542, $117 MEDC grant for the project. Is one of the reasons that we're doing this. That grant expires in October, and so need to and this is part of the conditions that MEDC had was the brownfield plan. Again, the brownfield plan will support about $964,000 worth of infrastructure costs for roads, sewer, and water on the project. The anticipated reimbursement is about 22 years plus 5 years for the local brownfield fund. The escalator used for that was a little bit lower, so the property values kind of increased a little bit higher, so that may be a little bit shorter in my estimation. So again, the key factors are that this is going to be 18 for sale home units for workforce housing, a great need. A lot of the projects that you've been seeing are all rental apartments. This is sort of a unique process to have these homes for sale there. The infrastructure costs are extensive, and really the brownfield TIF, just a rough calculation using net present value, will lower the cost of each home by about $20,000. And so there's a real value and somewhat of a way that the community can invest in workforce housing without having to write a check and come up with the cash. It's a way that the community can invest without upfront dollars as well. And again, there's very few for sale units in this kind of target area, especially on the new ones. Construction costs are so high, infrastructure costs are so high in this case that these units wouldn't be able to hit that piece. It also provides equity for homeowners in that case and helps people move on and build wealth. The brownfield plan includes capture during the plan for 5 years, so roughly estimated about $239,000 to support for the brownfield fund to support future projects within the city as well. And over the I kind of look at this, while the capture period is a certain time, brownfield plans kind of look at a 30-year window, that while there will be capture, that the additional taxes after the capture is done would generate about $900,000 in total taxes, about half of which go to the city, and then after that point in time, they continue to go back to the city in a value of about $50,000 per year. So that investment that's made in this workforce housing will reap the benefits long term for the city there. And so the request before you tonight after the public hearing is to adopt the resolution to approve the Copper Trails duplex brownfield plan.
So to be clear, the eligible, the road is include, so it would be sewer, water, and the road. So like, when Carol asked about, will the people living on the road have to pay for the road?
Yeah, I think in this case, the roads are more internal. I know there's conversations about working through the process for Kentucky Avenue itself, and Marcus may comment a little more on that. Is that right? Yeah, perhaps.
Just, you gotta go to the mic, Rob.
Hello, Rob Munger. After the last planning commission meeting, I wasn't going to be paving Kentucky up to the front entrance of the subdivision. After public comment, I threw that in. So the brownfield TIF allows me to pay for the road to be paved. So no neighbors are going to have to pay for this road. Okay. And then the other thing, they are duplexes, but they're designed as townhouses. So each side will be a townhouse. So there's going to be a legal description for each one. I mean, somebody could buy two of them, but the purpose isn't for me to build them and rent them. So the narrative has not changed from the public meeting where I got the approval to today. The brownfield's totally separate from the planning commission.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, you guys have any questions?
No.
And then open it up for public comment, if anybody would like to, did you have more to say, or?
So, yeah, I'm familiar with townhouses. I guess it probably would have been easier on me and some other people if it was probably described as townhouses and not duplexes, which gives a totally different picture. And the fact that if the road is going to be paved and it will be covered is a great relief, because I think there would have been a few more houses for sale. So thank you for your listening to me. And I know you and have heard me ramble on this week, and I appreciate you putting up with I was up north at the time, so thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Michelle Trevieri. I live over in that neighborhood. I'm really grateful for this opportunity to speak, and I'm grateful for all the clarification that we're having today, because a lot of people don't know what a brownfield is, and certainly I didn't know that things had changed. So we studied up on it, and I'm grateful that here's the thing, when I studied environmental planning in college, we took into consideration habitat, water, all this type of thing, neighbors, noise, and everything. So I was the first new build on my home in Pennsylvania Avenue, and it encroached on my other neighbors who had been living there for a long time. And now every single lot in my neighborhood, even behind me, is completely developed. So, I mean, we have to change with the times. It's progress. It's that simple. And the fact that Mungar has taken in consideration, the concerns of the immediate neighbors is a beautiful thing, and that the owls and the bobcats and all that, because he gave me permission to hike through his property. And before he ever even owned that property, I used to go back there and pick mushrooms. So anyways, I got to see the bobcat the last time. And I'm grateful that you brought up about the lights for my friends, the owls, and So moving forward, I think this is a happy thing, a good thing for everybody. And people are just going to have to get used to development. And it's going to be it's going to be an environmentally sound development. So that's a beautiful thing. I will say, the mayor did go with me, and so did city councilwoman, to look at the property. Neither one of them can hike through the woods, so they're well versed on where Carol lives and everything else. So that's wonderful. Thank you for taking your time out for that. And Ruth Ann, happy birthday, Ruth Ann. And also, you know, we all have to live together. We're growing, and you know, Cadillac's a beautiful place, and it's a really great location. I know I've been living down the road for 28 years, so thank you for your time. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
Hi, Susan Wenslick. I'm Rob Munger's consultant on this project. Fishbeck wrote the brownfield plan for Rob. And first I wanted to thank you for holding a special meeting for us. This is amazing and awesome on a Friday afternoon on homecoming. So thank you so much for accommodating us and our MEDC schedule. I wanted to just drop a couple of facts that weren't covered in the presentation. You know, we talk a lot about 120% area median income, and you know, we didn't write it into the plan what 120% was, but it's $70,000 for a single person and $80,000 for a family of two and $90,000 for a family of three. So these are your teachers, your cops, your healthcare workers, kind of all the usual suspects that you hear about when we're talking about the area median incomes. So, you know, this is middle-class families and helping people stay in this area. If I look familiar, it's because I worked next door at Eagle for 30 years. So I was a local resident for a long time. Unfortunately, no longer. I miss it a lot. But I wanted to clarify what area median income was so you'd have an idea of, you know, what kind of people we're talking about. The other thing, so Mac mentioned this, that 9 of the homes will be reserved for people who qualify based on those incomes, on the area median income. What that means is that Rob will work with their lenders and with their realtors to make sure that those people qualify as they go through the process. Because if they don't qualify, you know, one of the benefits of having only half of the home's income qualified is if you don't income qualify, oh, here's the one next door, you can buy that one. Or you can buy this one and the one next door will be income qualified. But at a minimum, 9 of those homes will be sold to people who we know qualify, and we have a reporting obligation annually to the state that says, yes, we sold all these homes to people who qualify based on income. So at least 9 of these homes would not be sold to speculators who are going to turn them into short-term rentals, and there is a restriction against short-term rentals, as Mac mentioned, on 9 of the homes. The other 9 we won't have any control of. That was it. And
We do.
Yep, there you go. I'm happy to take any questions about the plan if you have questions, and thank you so much again for your time today.
Thank you. Okay, seeing no one else, I'm going to close the public hearing and turn to my colleagues. What are your thoughts, fellers?
Boy, if they're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
This is-
Say.
Sure sounds like a win-win to me.
Ooh, a
Yeah.
little nervous over here. No, it's good. Let's run with that. That's goes with the job.
It's important to get your questions answered.
Yes.
And to ask those questions, because there are times when the outcome may not be as positive as this. And not every developer is as what's the word?
Forthright.
Ethical and cooperative and forthright as Mr. Mungar. So we appreciate that from you. And this is a really good thing.
Too many rumors,
Rumors. The world runs on rumors, right?
and then it just starts a fire among people,
And people get scared.
bigger mouths than others.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
All right, would someone like to make a
I'd
motion?
like to make a motion to adopt the resolution approving Copper Trail duplexes brownfield plan.
Support.
Councilmember French, Ellenboss.
Yes.
Hopkins.
Yes.
Ingalls. Mayor Shippers.
Yes, motion carries. And since we don't have
Mike's going to chime in. Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, you're on.
All right, so the Open Meetings Act requires 2/3 of the vote of the City Council to go into closed session for discussion of settlement or trial strategy related to pending litigation. This case involves Huntington National Bank. It's a tax tribunal appeal. Um, and so we've drafted an attorney-client privileged communication that I believe the city has. I don't know whether you've read it or not, but the 2/3 vote, 2/3 of 4 is 3.33, but obviously there's not 0.33 of a person. So that would require 4 votes. Notwithstanding that, all of the information relative to this case is set forth in that attorney-client privileged memo, including our recommendation that the city resolve this case. The nature of the resolution is proposed and agreed to by the petitioner, Huntington National, would be a settlement of a taxable value at 500,000, which puts the true cash value at $1 million, and they've agreed to waive interest on any refunds. We've talked to the city's assessor, Joe Porterfield. I believe, although I don't want to speak for him, but I believe that he's in agreement with that.
Yeah, he is, Mike. He actually put that in writing as well.
Yeah, and so we're recommending that the city approve this settlement, and then we'll enter the stipulation with the MTT, and they will issue an order.
And just to add a little bit more, there was an analysis done by Joe Porterfield and the attorney working on the case with Foster Swift about value of settling versus not settling and the risk of actually losing more taxable value versus being able to negotiate a settlement, also versus the cost of taking it through trial with the Michigan Tax Tribunal. And one of the reasons why it was added to today's special city council agenda versus just simply waiting until October 6th is because of a time crunch. And Mike, could you explain a little bit what that is? It was regarding the appraisal. The appraisal could cost anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 to get done if city council were to go that route. And again, the analysis that was done showed that the value of that is likely not going to bear fruit. But help understand why, what was it with regard to the setting of the actual trial date or something? I don't recall.
Yeah, so the appraisal cost would be $10,850, and there's a timing issue. If we were going to get the appraisal, we'd have to get it now so that we could submit it timely under the order issued by the MTT.
Okay, thank you. You said that a lot more eloquently than I was trying to. So the recommendation would be to authorize what, Mike, the city attorney to settle it?
Yeah, to authorize a settlement at a taxable value of 500,000 for tax years 2024 and 2025, provided that there's a waiver of interest on any refunds.
Okay, and a council member could probably simply respond by saying so moved?
Yes.
So moved.
So moved, yeah.
All right, need a second.
And Scott
Support,
seconds. Okay.
Councilmember Ellenboss?
Yes.
Hopkins?
Yes.
Ingalls? French? Mayor Shippers?
Yes, motion carries. That was easier than packing up and going
That was.
backstage.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
You're very welcome.
Okay, we have another, do we have another public comment?
We do.
Okay.
I think we do.
Go to the order.
We have another public comment, if anyone else has something that they'd like to say. Okay. Seeing no one, go to the,
No. Go to the order.
go to the order. You have something?
I do. I pulled up a statistic regarding housing that just came out through Housing North, which is our sort of regional housing agency. And it's interesting. So according to their current housing needs assessment, within the 10-county region that covers Cadillac, the overall housing gap between essentially today and 2027 is 31,268. The further breakdown of that is 8,813 rental units, with the greatest need for families earning up to 50% of the area median household income, or AMI, with then 22,455 for sale homes, especially for households earning between 81% and 120% of AMI, which is the very workforce, is the, in quotes,
So we're talking.
the very workforce that keeps our communities running, which is exactly what we're, what we're talking about. And so, the housing developments that City Council has had before it over, I'll just say the last year, they've all been utilizing the incentive program, the Brownfield Incentive Program, which we're able to do because of authority granted to us through the state. And then the state statute that governs it all has that cap at the 120% level. Ultimately, the developers that rent or sell these things have to keep it within market rate. And so, that market rate has to be in Cadillac or wherever these are in the state, not higher than the 120% level. And in some instances, it'll be lower. So that was my 2 cents.
Okay, thank you.
No 2 cents here. I'm quiet.
No, I'm pretty good right now.
Well, good luck to the Vikings this evening in their game, their homecoming game. Oh, and next Saturday, there is a benefit concert at the Elks for Oasis Family Resource Center. It's at 7 o'clock. You can get tickets on the Oasis FRC website. And it's local people performing, but no longer local. It's going to be 1,000 Watt Profits with Rachel Davis. So it's going to be a great show. Come on out. And with that, thanks everybody for Friday afternoons.
Thank you.
Saturday is also the Cadillac West Harvest.
Oh,
Yes,
right, the
Harvest
Harvest
Day.
Fair.
Harvest Day.
Yep. Yep, what time is that
9
again?
a.m.
Yep, and that's all kinds of fun activities out at Cadillac West. So do that first and then come to the show afterwards. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.